We've got a box of quarters to hunt today. It's Great White Northern here, and we're hunting quarters. So I have gone through about 6 boxes of quarters since my last video, and have not really got much of anything. So hopefully this one breaks the trend, and we get some silver, we get some nice colored coins. Out of the last few boxes, just looking through my list here, out of those 6 boxes, I only had 4 colored commemorative quarters. So not really good success, and no silver. So hopefully we get some success with this one. As you can see, it is taped up here, and I'm going to open that up in a second, but I thought what I would show you is my 2 new purchases. So in a few videos ago, I talked about the fact that I was starting to collect the Marvel series of silver 1-ounce coins from Tuvalu is the mint that makes these. So this is what I got the last time, which is the Wolverine Coin, and I just picked up 2 more. So I took the covers off, the lids off, because the lids are kind of scratched up, just so you could see just how nice these are. So we got the Hulk and we got Black Panther. So there's 9 in this series. So I got 6 more to go, and some of the more expensive ones yet to get, but I'm really happy about getting these. I've been wanting to collect these for a while, and I finally broke down and paid the extra premium to get these. And yeah, these are going to make it for a nice nice set if I can get them all. So all right, so let's get into these quarters here, and I'm going to grab my knife, get this open. I did kind of peek in the side, so it's definitely customer wrapped rolls that are inside here. And oh yeah, we got a good mix of different rolls. So this is always a good sign. I prefer to see different wrappers and rollers in there. It usually means that it's a mix of different, different sources has come from different people and then kind of rolled up or bundled up and thrown in the box by the branch. Not, if you get all the same wrapper, it could mean that the branch wrapped them all up, a bunch of loose change, but more likely it came from somebody who wrapped them at home. So, which could be a coin roll hunter, and usually don't have a whole lot of success. So yeah, we've got a bunch of different wrappers in here, so that's awesome. Hopefully we get some success. All right, I will bring you back in shortly. I'm going to get myself set up, and I'll be right back.
Have a good time, live a good life. What you mean when you say you a new heights? What you mean when you play like all night? Nightlife is a highlight. I'm a fly guy, this is skyline. I don't got the time for my problems. I got the time to dissolve them. Music is my oxygen, I'm breathing, no stopping. You remember my oxygen, the music when it's dropping. Some of these vibes provided in these lines. I am to design the rhyme, check on my mind. Music be a sky, I got ahead of my time. Deep prescribed, cause I feed it full of flies. Money ain't nothing, you turn it into something. The sun for the money make you look real funny. Put my own name in discussion, I'm a hustler. Working real hard to show you that I'm coming. Let me tell you that I'm going.
Well, that's a nice start. First roll, first coin. Just dump this out and flip this first coin over, and we have our first find of the hunt. We have the Legendary Nature Green Bison. So there are 3 in this series. There are actually 6, I guess. So 3 that are uncolored and 3 that are colored. They're about 6 million a piece. So, relatively rare. And certainly they get picked out of circulation quite regularly. So set that one up there, and we are off to the races. Still on this first roll, and I just came across a first foreign find. So we got a U.S. State Park quarter. It is I'm not sure how you pronounce it, Kisatchie National Park, and from 2015. Now, I do have both of these. So if you guys remember, I am collecting the state and park quarters. And I did that in a video a little while ago. I'll throw the link up in the corner there if you want to go check that out as I start my book filler series there. I don't find enough of these to make another kind of ongoing series, but I'm certainly watching for these coins as I go through. This one, I've already got both versions, both the Philadelphia and Denver, so we won't worry about that one, but thought I'd bring in as our first US find. Roll 3, and we've actually got 3 of them in a row here. So I just flipped this one over. It is the Yellow Falcon from the Legendary Nature series, a cousin to our Green Bison up here. It's got some issues. You can see some of the color has been worn off there or scratched off, so probably won't end up keeping that one, but I'll set aside as a find. We also found a Maryland State quarter. Again, I have both of these, both the Philadelphia and the Denver. This one is a Philadelphia. So I won't be hanging on to that because I've already got it, and the one I have is in much better shape. And then right behind it was the Tecumseh. So this is the War of 1812 series. Again, same as these, there's a colored and a non-colored version, and actually there's a frosted and a non-colored version. Sorry, frosted and a colored version, and they're about 6 million, 6.25 million of each of those that were minted. So Roll 4, and we're definitely having more success in this box than we've had in all of the other ones. So right here, we just got another US. We've actually got a US here and a US here. I didn't bring you in for either of those because they're not what I'm looking for. But this is an Iowa, and I believe it was a Denver, and I'm missing this one. So I grabbed my book, and as you can see here, this is my Warman's State Quarter book. Got most of them, but I did not have the Denver one from Iowa. So this is my Denver book, and missing that one. Now, unfortunately, it is not in the greatest shape. The obverse is pretty nice, but the reverse, it has been pretty circulated. But anyway, it's going to fill a hole, so we'll throw it in here, and hopefully we get a nicer one. But that's fine for the book. So close. Oh well. Roll 6, and actually the end of that roll that I found, the 65, very last coin was this one. It is a Denver, and when I flipped it over, and I did peek at it earlier, it's a 2019 River of No Return, and it's in pretty decent shape, and we're missing that one. So I checked my book, and there's the spot. Frank Church, River of No Return in Idaho. Got to turn around the right way. There we go. Got another one. It's 2, and we're only 6 rolls in. And we're not even hunting for US. We're just kind of keeping an eye out for them. Roll 14, and we've got another find here. So this is the Province Series, or from the Province Series in 1992, which is kind of what started it all as far as a lot of these commemorative quarters go. But that is Northwest Territories, and it's in really nice shape. You can see there's lots of original mint luster on there for a 1992 quarter. That is in great shape, and I'll definitely be hanging on to that. Roll 15, and this one kind of spilled all over the place on me. So you can see here, I've kind of gone through them all, and I actually got a couple finds. So we do have a Colorado State quarter. I have both of these, both the Denver and the Philadelphia already, and this one's not in great shape anyway. We do have a foreign find here. So that I've found these before, and Indonesia? No, this is United Arab Emirates. So I've got a couple of these already, but this is the first one for this hunt, so I'll set that up with the finds. And then we do have a Delaware as well, which I also have both of, but this is one obviously you want to watch out for, as there is the spitting horse variety, where you can see a die crack that runs from the mouth of the horse, and it runs through the word Caesar there. So you do want to watch out for that. This does not have that, but worth checking for in your change if you're looking. Very next roll, and we have our first War of 1812. Oh no, sorry, second War of 1812. First one we've got is Tecumseh, and we've now got the Brock version as well. Next roll, and we just flipped this one over, and we've got a 2017 Hope for a Green Future. So this is the last colored commemorative quarter that was produced so far, and that is an excellent find. They are very, very hard to find. I only find one every few boxes anyway, if that, and yeah, it's in reasonable shape. So happy to have found that. One of the harder colored quarters to pick out of circulation right now. A little later in that same roll, and we have our first 2004 Poppy. It is not quite to my specifications to keep. I will set it aside as a find, but it probably won't be one I keep. I am looking for most of that top. You can see that raised part in the center. I want that to have most of the color still on it for me to keep that. So I've got some really nice ones so far, so I'm getting pretty picky on which ones I keep, but I will set that up as a find. Absolutely next roll, and the finds are coming fast and furious. Look at this. Very next roll, and we've got another one. 2017. Undisclosed mintage on these. Under 3 million is our guess, or around the 2 to 3 million. And yeah, really nice. That's 2 of them now. A little further in that same roll, and we've got another Parks quarter here that I do have, but this one's actually a little bit nicer. The one I have is pretty grimy, so this will be a nice upgrade for it. So I will set that up with the rest of the finds. I did find a Salt River Bay from 2020 as well. Checked it for the mint mark. It is a Philadelphia, not the W, and we have one already in really nice shape in the book, so won't be keeping that one. All right, I think this is the next roll, and I swear to you, these are rare, but this is the very next roll, and right there at the beginning again, we've got another 2017 hope for a green future. They're kind of stuck together, so let's see how grimy it is on the obverse. Yeah, so it's got some junk on there. Hopefully that'll come off. But yeah, there's another one. 3 of them. Next roll, and we might have our first silver here. So let's just see if I can show you the edge. So you can see right there, that coin has that silvery look to it, although it might just be one of those stained quarters, but it does look silvery. So let's see if that's what we've got. Is that it? I think that was it, but that's not silver. 2013. I see a War of 1812 behind it. Yeah, that was it. So yeah, it's just one of those stained quarters. Well, false alarm, but let's see while we're looking here. Let's see if this is a... No, so this is not a colored War of 1812. That is one of the frosted ones. Anything else in here? I saw there's a US right here. Let's take a look at that. And that is Utah. So I think I have most of these, but I've started throwing them up in a pile here. So it's taking me a lot of time to go into my books and check to see if I have them. So I'm just going to set these all aside, and I will look at them at the end, see if there's any upgraders or anything in there. And I'll bring you back at that point. Roll 27. I was just about to throw these back into the roll, and I realized I missed this one. So we got another... Legendary Nature Yellow Falcon, and it's a little bit nicer shape than the other one, so that might even make the cut. Roll 28, and we got a couple of things going on in this roll. So I just did an edge check, and of course you can see there we have our first short roll. Actually, not our first short roll. We've had a few short rolls. I just didn't bring you in on any of them, but this is the first one with a nickel in it. And then right beside, or almost right beside, there's another one here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's thicker than all the rest. So I think we've got a foreign coin in here as well. But let's take a look at this nickel. Nothing too special by the looks of it. A 2020. And then what is this? Oh, it looks like another United Arab Emirates. Yeah. That's a little different than the other one. Or is that just the obverse? Oh yeah, it's the same as the other one. So there we go. Well, we got 2 of them now. So I was just stuffing this roll back in here, and so over here I have just the extra. This is actually the very first roll that I pulled out, and I just threw it off to the side, and that's the one that I use then to fill all the rolls that I take all this stuff out of, just so we can get back to a full roll of quarters. And I went to grab some quarters to throw into this one because I'd taken a couple out, and I realized I missed the blue orca. It was just turned reverse up in the other pile there, and I didn't even notice it when I did that. So that's actually from the very first roll, and it's in reasonably good shape, so I will stick it up with the other ones. Roll 37, and I thought I'd bring you in on this because I just laid it out there, and I can see right there we've got at least one commemorative in here. So that is the green Bison from 2011. Legendary Nature series. It's, you can see there's a lot of wear on that green, so is not going to make the cut, but I will stick it up there as a find. And then we've also got a bunch of US in here as well that I noticed, so we'll take a look at those. We got 2019, so we got a chance for a W mint mark on this. Plus I am missing a few of the 2019s. So that's American Memorial Park. Let's see. It is a D mint mark. So I have been just setting these up here. I've found quite a few. I haven't brought you in on them. We're going to go through those near the end and take a look at what's there and whether any of those will upgrade what I've got in my book. And we got another one here. It is a P mint mark. 2014 Great Sand Dunes. Northern Michigan. I've been up there. I believe that's Northern Michigan, right? Oh, that's the Colorado one. I'm thinking of Sleeping Bear. Very next roll, and I just went to dump this one out, and as I did, I flipped it over, and look what I see on the end. That, I'm pretty sure, is a silver ender. So that'll be, I think, 65 to 68, potentially. So we could have either 50 or 80%er, but let's see what we get in this roll. But yeah, it's not often I find enders. I think that's only the second one I've ever seen on the end of a roll, so let's see what we got here. It doesn't look like anything else. No, there's an older, there's a 68 almost. But yeah, pretty sure that's silver. And it's a 68 as well. So there's your nickel 68, and there's your silver 68. So 50% silver. We're on the board for silver. Finally, it's been a while. A few more rolls down. We're on roll 43. Yeah, 43. And we've got another find here. We've got the double poppy from 2010. It's in pretty decent shape. I have found lots of these, and so I'm pretty picky, but I will check that and put it up here with a find as a find for now, and then I'll see if it actually fits somewhere in my collection. I keep probably one roll of all of these types of coins, just the best of them. So I also did find another state quarter, the Parks quarter. This one is the Shenandoah 2014, and then right before that I found a 2020 Salt River Bay. I think I've got them both, and that one's in pretty nice shape, but I think both the ones I have are in pretty good shape as well. Roll 44, next roll, and almost got to the end of that roll, and we just flipped this one over. So we've got a colored women's hockey from 2009, I believe. Yeah, 2009, but it's for the 2002 Winter Olympics. It's got some circulation wear, some damage. You can see the wear on that color there. But these are fairly hard to find. They're in around the 3 million range for mintage, so I do tend to hang on to all of them. Whether they all make the cut at the end of the day, who knows? But for now, I will set that aside as a find. Box is done, and that's it. No more finds. So this is what we've got so far. I'm going to come back to this in a second. What I want to do first is I'm going to go through all of these US quarters that I pulled out. They are primarily Parks quarters. And the interesting thing is I did get some of the more recent quarters, but most of the stuff I got was Parks quarters. Pretty much every US quarter that I came across was a Parks quarter. There's a couple state quarters in there as well, but for the most part, these are all Parks quarters. So you can see them all here as I kind of pull them off. You can see there's a Vermont, and some of them are nicer. This Montana is in pretty decent shape, so definitely going to check that against my book to see if that is an improvement. And I'm just kind of letting you see as I go through this what I found. So anyway, I'm going to go through all of these and check them against my book, and I'll be right back. All right, as you can see, I've got my books out here. So this is the state quarter book for Denver. And in the stuff that I pulled out, there was that Montana, which was a Denver minted Montana in great shape. And that is definitely going to improve the one I have in my book. So I will replace that one. And then the next one is the American Memorial Park from 2019. This is a Denver as well. And so that is the Parks quarter. So let me just flip this over. And we'll get our Parks quarters one in behind here. And so this one is 2019. And we are missing that one. So got one more hole filler. So that's plus the two that we put in earlier. So this is the third hole filler that we found. Then moving on to the next book, which is the Philadelphia American National Parks quarters. We've got a couple more hole fillers here. We have, let's just see. Start with the 2013. So 2013 is the Great Basin, and you can see we are missing that one right there. So there's the fourth hole filler in my Parks books. And what else? We got 2016 Fort Moultrie. Is that what that says? Yeah, Fort Moultrie 2016 in South Carolina, and that is the spot for that right there. So, and these are all Philadelphia mint marks on these. And then 2017 we have, so this one I actually already replaced this. The 2016, what is that? George Rogers Clark, sorry. And actually I found another one, and it's even better. So I will be replacing that one as well. So yeah, so we got 4 fillers and 2 replacements for the books for both the parks and the state quarter books. So that's awesome. Nice to get a couple more spots filled in that. And then, of course, as far as the hunt recap goes, that is the finds in the Canadian quarters. So, of course, we've got our star of the show, the 1968 50% silver quarter. Nice to get a silver one. Would be nice to get an 80%er, but, you know, I'm not going to complain too much. Silver. We got 3 of these 2017 Hope for a Green Future quarters, so that was some nice finds as well. We got them; they were in back-to-back rolls, right in the middle of the box there. What else? We got the Canadian 2004 Poppy. That was the first year of the colored commemorative quarters. A couple of War of 1812s. Got a really nice Northwest Territories from 1992. The double Poppy from 2010. Kind of a cruddy-looking women's hockey. But again, only about 3 million of these made, so nice to find them when they come up. A few of the legendary nature quarters, and of course a 2020 nickel. Not too excited about that one. We got also a couple of the foreign coins here, both of them from United Arab Emirates. One's in pretty rough shape. And then we had this as well, and this actually turned out to be an upgrade, so I will be putting it in my book. That is a really beautiful biathlon from 2009, maybe? No, 2007. From the Olympic Series, Vancouver 2010. That is going to fill a spot in my book, or actually it will replace one in my book. So yeah, so that's it. That's the rest of the parks and state quarters. I'll just throw those back in, and that was a pretty good hunt. So that's by far the best hunt I've had in quite some time. It's amazing how you can go through a box and get nothing, and then, you know, all of a sudden you get a box and you've got all of this. So no rhyme or reason to it. And not only was it one box, I had like 6 boxes that basically were really not a whole lot in. So it was nice to find a box that actually had a decent number of finds in it, and glad I could bring you guys along for those. I don't try not to post the ones that are just, you know, there isn't much there. I'll tell you about them, but I'm not going to post them. There's not much to see in those. So anyway, thank you so much for coming along. I really appreciate it. You guys, please, if you're enjoying this and you want to see more of these hunts, please like and subscribe. I do really appreciate that. It helps with the algorithm. And yeah, you guys all have a great day and take care.